easiest good advice on having a difficult conversation with a team member, parent, or student is to actually have it. If a person comes to you about something, it's a good idea to escalate the form of communication to convey that you're taking the conversation seriously, and it can also lead to less misinterpretation. For instance, if the person emails you, you should call them. If they call you, ask to meet with them. No one can work on something that they're unaware of, and no one can meet expectations they don't know exist. I know it's hard to have conversations that make you and/or the other person uncomfortable, but it'll be much worse to allow the issue to continue. As a leader, it's our responsibility to speak truth to those around us. And it's okay to let them know up front, hey, this is a difficult conversation for me to initiate. Speaking the truth in love is essential, and be prepared. Figure out what you want to say and what needs to be said. Defining those two things will help you solidify the necessary points and should also help you cut out the things that you simply want to say to that person. Some of the difficult conversations you'll have are less about what you need to say and more about listening to an upset parent wanting to say something to you. In this case, you can listen well by staying focused on what the person is saying and not being distracted internally by developing what you're going to respond with. It's also helpful to repeat back what you've heard them say. Responding with something like, I hear you're upset because, and give them the reason they've expressed, confirms that you are truly listening and allows them to clarify if you've misinterpreted what they're saying. Another tip is to consider your presentation. How you approach a difficult topic may dictate whether or not the listener will receive what you're saying. You can also relieve some anxiety from the other person by telling them what the conversation is not about. For instance, this isn't about removing you from a leadership role, but it's how we can help you make some necessary changes. Having said that, the next tip is that no matter how well prepared you are or how lovingly you present the information, the meeting might still not go well. Be okay with that. It happens. Accept that some people will not respond with humility and with a teachable spirit. But don't allow their poor reaction to discourage you from having difficult conversations in the future. Be direct in what the next steps will look like. If the person does need to step back from ministry for a time, be sure that there is a timeline and measurable targets for them to meet. Lastly, but most importantly, be Spirit-led. If you go into your meeting well prepared, but you feel the Holy Spirit prompting you in another direction, go there. Don't ignore His leading.